It's time to spill the tea. Hello!
You there, and welcome to a Spoonful of Theatre!
And another one of our Spill the Tea episodes, London edition. In fact, our final one, because we are about to leave London.
Yes, back to the humdrum. Back to the grind.
Back to the warmth.
Back to the warmth, most certainly.
But Sam, what have we just seen?
We have just seen Why Am I So Single?
Yes, I asked myself that quite a lot, actually. But no, this is the brand new musical from the writers of Six. It's their second show after their hit Six that is currently playing on in the West End.
Yes, at the Garrick Theatre, and it's a full show.
It is. It's a full show, 2 acts, not like Six with the one. Yeah, so it's a very different show to their first one. So Sam, first thoughts?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very meta. That fourth wall was pulverized from the beginning. The two leads were strong in their audience interactions, I found. Especially Joe, who gave very funny, if not a little bit awkward, long stares at audience members he was interacting with, or they were interacting with, beg your pardon. It was fun, it was funny. Second act dragged on. It got a little bit repetitive in terms of the storyline. I think my ultimate conclusion is going to be fun but forgettable.
Okay.
What about you, TJ?
What about me? There was a line towards the end where they ask, when they finally realise what they're going to write a musical about, because basically it's about writing a musical. I mean, you know me, I love a meta musical. We did Title of Show.
Yes, yes.
And they ask themselves, is this big enough and epic enough? My answer is no. The show wasn't big enough or epic enough to be a musical. For me, I just didn't care, and I should have cared because the storyline, what they're talking about is not too far from my life and my friends and who the things that I interact with on a daily basis. But I just don't, to be honest, it felt very self-indulgent. It felt very self-indulgent because it is about their lives.
Yes, yes.
And I just didn't care.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. We're gonna unpick it. But
all right.
I actually didn't enjoy myself.
Oh dear.
No,
I didn't.
If I'm honest, I didn't enjoy myself.
All right. So then let's unpick it. Cast.
Yes.
Two leads with the ensemble behind them. What did you think of the cast?
Okay, it was well acted. Okay,
yes,
so although
yes.
I cannot say anything about the acting or the performances. I think for me, my problem is with the material and everything else. I thought everybody did their best. I do think some of the songs, rather like in Six, these two are definitely love to write a belt. I do think some of the numbers were on the edge of what the two leads' vocal ranges can do.
Right.
And it did feel like at times I was a bit like, that doesn't sound too pretty. If it was down a semitone or two, that would have been a bit nicer. But overall, I thought the cast was very good and they did the best that they could with the material. You?
Fair enough. I quite enjoyed the cast. And I think that was because of the wittiness of the writing. I thought they brought it to life. I especially liked Artie. I thought he had some of the best wit of the show. No, I agree with you there. Quite well acted.
Let's go into the writing scene as you just brought that up, because actually, as much as I'm saying I didn't care about the material, what they are both very good at as writers is kind of adding in the jokes. The jokes were very funny at times,
yes.
And there's a lot of nice references to other things. I don't think we need to spoil it for you. There was a lot of references to Oliver,
yes.
Which I really liked. And Six is very clever for that. They do add those kind of little puns in when you're not expecting them.
Yes.
And I think their overall writing style is good. I think my big problem is the subject matter.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not
yes.
it's not their ability to write. I think they can write, and they write very funny. But the subject matter I just didn't care about.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I thought some of those moments were very funny.
For me, I thought it didn't take it from start to finish. It did not take itself seriously. There were some serious moments that slowed it right down. But then there were also some quite fast moments that went on for too long.
I think you just hit the nail on the head there for me, because it was chaotic. I think chaotic is the whole show felt chaotic to me, and not in a good way. Like you just said, the fast moments were too fast, and the slow moments. Oh my God, that last song where where they were sat on the floor. Oh God, that dragged on. That was what that felt like to me is they were trying to go with the Heart of Stone moment in 6,
Right?
Because it was very
yes.
stripped back piano, and they went, "Oh, we need a Heart of Stone song,"
Yes.
but it went nowhere. Never built to anything. They had so many belts everywhere else in the show, and that song just didn't go anywhere.
There were two standout songs for me. 8 Dates.
Yeah,
And
I liked
that sort of slapped you in the face and said, "Yeah, this is from the writers of 6."
Yeah.
And I sat back and thought, "Oh, I'm in for a good show here." And then a few songs later, you had "See You Never," and I'll tell it to you straight. I thought that was a wonderful song, a song that I could relate to in terms of people online in the digital world that you don't need in your life. So there were a couple of standout songs for me, but not all of them.
Yeah, I actually, the songs you picked out, I think were my favourite ones actually as well. But I'll be honest, there's not one I'm gonna go back and listen to and put on my Spotify playlist.
No.
And to be honest, I'm even, we're less than 10 minutes out of the theatre. I'm struggling to recall quite a lot of the show.
Yes, that's what I mean by fun but forgettable.
Yeah.
What about the production, the staging?
The method to kind of the whole like actors playing the parts of their living room and stuff, I actually thought was quite fun.
Yes.
The one thing I do want to bring up is when musicals put the band on stage, I think there has to be a reason for it.
Yes.
Like the music is a big part of the show. Like for me, when I see a band, like they need when a band is there the entire time, we could see them the whole time.
Yes.
It works in a jukebox musical or a show about a musician or something like that. But when it's not anything to do with that, it annoys me. I don't mind seeing them in the distance. Like for example, when I did Little Shop of Horrors, it was actually a choice that like the band were almost in the
The wings?
No, they were like through the silhouettes of the city in the background, so you could see them a little bit. Sorry, we're walking past some very loud music here. There we go. So you could see the music in the background, but they weren't present. Whereas this one, you could see them the whole time, and I didn't think there was a reason for it. But overall, the set was okay.
There was something you mentioned in a previous review about having doors on stage.
Yes.
The sort of like rolling the rolling door on stage.
Apparently, it's very in on the West End at the moment.
But this is what I mean about the musical not taking itself too seriously, because one of the characters just sort of moved around it. And then he had to roll it off himself and make a joke, and he made a wonderful offstage joke about it, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, the staging was simple. The staging was simple. It didn't have a wow factor. It didn't have a wow factor. It was just there.
It did the job.
It did the job, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for, where TJ and I give a spoonful rating for the show that we've just watched, and of course, we have no idea what rating we are about to give. So, if you're ready, TJ, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh my God, TJ, a 1.
A 1.
Oh my God, wow, I'm shooketh. I am shooketh. Explain yourself immediately.
It didn't work. I didn't enjoy it.
No?
I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, a 1 is really mean for the quality. I can obviously see the work that's gone into it, but I have to be honest, and like what I felt as an audience member, it annoyed me in places.
Oh, dear.
So for me, it was a 1.
Oh my.
Yeah.
A 3 for me because I did have a laugh. I did laugh out loud. It was fun, as I say, but forgettable. And I will say, the audience lapped this up. There was the whole house was on their feet cheering and gave it a standing ovation.
We're going to put this in a whole other podcast because I feel like that was the sort of show where there's an expectation that everyone needs to stand up at the end, and whether everyone actually was standing up because they wanted to, or that it was like the kind of psychology of the crowd.
Possibly.
So there's something to be unpicked there. I don't necessarily think I didn't stand up. I made a point.
She was determined not to.
I was not a standing ovation person for that show.
But you can't deny that the audience was very diverse.
It was.
It was extremely diverse.
So on this, who's this show for?
I can't answer that. I mean, it would be very easy to say that it is for a particular demographic. That would be young, definitely LGBTQ. But in the audience, you had anybody and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really give that a definitive answer.
I would say it should have been for me.
Oh, because it's a meta sort of...
No, as in everything on paper should have been something I enjoyed, and I didn't enjoy it. So, when I say who's this for, definitely younger. And I'm going to say, some people did enjoy this, and I think it will have its fans. And maybe it's just one of those other musicals where it's going to be loads of young people like Hamilton, all the young people like it, and it becomes a fan base of the Gen Zs.
Quite possibly.
Maybe I'm just getting a grumpy old man already. But I also can't answer who this is for because I've given it a 1. So to be honest, it's not something that I don't know. I find it hard to recommend to certain people, I suppose.
Oh dear. Well, as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, her tea's gone cold, so I better get her in the warmth. So from our studio, we'll be back soon.
And to anyone and everyone that's performing in the West End, in Singapore, anywhere around the world, break a leg.